up with every place to go. Face beat off the frame, those painted lashes lay. Neon jacket with the matching boots, laced by sweet gold hoop strings, 2 dozen inches of extensions for your love.
I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. So sick, can you make no sense? I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. Coming through like just
Been crawling up the walls, it's time to ball. Dance floor's the solution to all this seclusion. Nails looking sharper than a handsaw sword. Bossy and flossy's the move you're on, and I grant 'cause you can't duplicate, but hey, go on.
I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. So sick, can you make no sense? I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. Coming through like drip. I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. So sick, can you make no sense? I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. Coming through like drip.
Swag so sick, might as well call the doctor. Popping this bitch, nigga, yeah, I'm really proper. Floss for a nigga, why they wanna talk they got her. I'm drip, hotter than lava. You know I'm the vibe, I keep my dress outside twisted, 'cause I'm kinda drippin'. Ooh, I just asked your bitch, but guess I'm big pimpin'. Don't step to me behind your thotty, 'cause I'm not tryna catch your body. I can't pop bottles where Afro Sensei driving the boat, got the girls in the city. Open the back 'cause they know they rent pay. The BGC like it ain't no game. No fakes, no fronts, no time for lanes. Super Cali swagger, listen, sensei, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. So sick, can you make no sense? I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. Coming through like drip. I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. So sick, can you make no sense? I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. Coming through like drip. I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. So sick, can you make no sense? I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. Coming through like drip.
All dressed up with every place to go. Face beat off the frame, those painted lashes lay. Neon jacket with the matching boots, laced by sweet gold hoop strings, 2 dozen inches of extensions for your love.
I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. So sick, can you make no sense? I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. Coming through like drip.
Been crawling up the walls, it's time to ball. Dance floor's the solution to all this seclusion. Nails looking sharper than a handsaw sword. Bossy and flossy's the move you're on, and I grant 'cause you can't duplicate, but hey, go on.
I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. So sick, can you make no sense? I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. Coming through like drip. I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. So sick, can you make no sense? I'm feeling super good, sweater listening. Coming through like drip.
Swag so sick, might as well call the doctor. Popping this bitch, nigga, yeah, I'm really proper. Floss for a nigga, why they wanna talk they got her. I'm drip, hotter than lava. You know I'm the vibe, I keep my dress outside twisted, 'cause I'm kinda drippin'. Ooh, I just asked your bitch, but guess I'm big pimpin'. Don't step to me behind your thotty, cause I'm not trying to catch a body. I can't pop bottles where Afro Sensei dropping the boat, got the girls in the city. Open the back cause they know they rent pay. The BGC like it ain't no game. No fakes, no friends, no time for lanes. Super Cali swagger, listen, sensei, how you feeling, man?
Up with every place to go. Face beat off the frame, loose painted lashes laid. Neon jacket with the matching boots, lace by sweet gold hoop strings, 2 dozen inches of extensions for your love. Been crawling up the walls, it's time to ball. Dance was the solution to all this inclusion. Nails looking sharper than a handsaw sword. Bossy and flossy, it's a movie on. And I great cause you can't duplicate, but hey, go on.
So sick, might as well call the doctor. Popping this bitch, nigga, yeah, I'm really proper. Floss for a nigga, why they wanna talk they got her. I'm drip, 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 hotter than lava. You know I'm the vibe, I keep my dress outside twisted, cause I'm Cali dripping. Ooh, I just asked your bitch, but guess I'm big pimpin'. Don't step to me behind your thotty, cause I'm not trying to catch a body. I can't pop bottles where Afro Sensei dropping the boat, got the girls in the city. Open the back cause they know they rent pay. The BGC like it ain't no game. No fakes, no friends, no time for lanes. Super Cali swagger, listen, sensei, how you feeling, man?
Up with every place to go. Face beat off the frame, loose painted lashes laid. Neon jacket with the matching boots, lace by sweet gold hoop strings, 2 dozen inches of extensions for your love. then her hands are sore. Bossy and flossy is the mood you're on, and I grant 'cause you can't duplicate, but hey, go on.
Swag so sick, might as well call the doctor. Popping this bitch, nigga, yeah, I'm really proper. Floss for a nigga, why they wanna talk they got her. I'm drip, 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 hotter than lava. You know I'm the vibe, I keep my dress outside twisted, cause I'm kinda dripping. Ooh, I just asked your bitch, but guess I'm big pimpin'. Don't step to me behind your thotty, cause I'm not tryna catch your body. I came to pop bottles where Afro Sensei driving the boat, got the girls in the city. Open the back cause they know they rent pay. The BGC like it ain't no game. No face, no friends, no time for lame. Super Cali swagger, listen, sensei. How you feeling, man?
Stop with every place to go. Face beat off the frame, those painted lashes laid. Neon jacket with the matching boots, laced by sweet gold hoop strings, 2 dozen inches of extensions for your love. Been crawling up the walls, it's time to ball. Dance was the solution to all this seclusion. Nails looking sharp. Stop with every place to go. Face beat off the frame, those painted lashes laid. Neon jacket with the matching boots, laced by sweet gold hoop strings.
New episode of the Afro Sensei Show. Welcome again. I'm Afro Sensei, and I'm joined by a very, very special guest tonight. Maybe a familiar face. You've seen this video before on one of our previous shows. This is Mel Lennon, aka the gay rapper. How you doing?
Hey, that gay rapper.
That gay rapper, D-A-T, that, yeah. Welcome to the show tonight. How you doing? You know, so you're doing good. Great
Thank
today.
you.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. You know, just end of another work week.
Okay.
Work as in 9 to 5 and in music as well, because put a new video out this week, which will be playing tonight for the song.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah,
such a good album.
Thank you.
Yes.
You actually put out a new video with collaboration, I think, with
I did with Jack Tracy. Yeah,
okay.
NYC headliner around here. So we put out a song called Overdrive in the video as well. But the video on YouTube is censored. So to see the uncensored one, you have to subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Okay. Little BET uncut action.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a few people. Got one person in the chat. We got our Raspberry Beret, which how are you doing?
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. He's eating some dinner. He's ready to vibe. So yeah. So we got hopefully people join the chat soon. You know, here just look it up with us.
Cool.
Run down the line real quick tonight for the artists we have featured tonight. Besides myself, we also have Clinton John and his track "Embarrassing," his video "Embarrassing." We have The Burger featuring Paperboy Prince. "I Love You." We got Kim Joyce, who's a rapper with a submissive. We got Mark Angel featuring Splash T and Lost Lauren 718 with Justice. We got Scylla with Sorcery, and we got Tokyo with Poom Poom. So yeah, we got like a nice lineup tonight.
Okay.
Oh, moves and different artists. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Now, aside from the collaboration with the new video, what else have you been up to lately?
Working on the second EP, which is gonna drop next year. So yeah, been working hard on that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You got a working title for it, or you kind of got an idea of what it's gonna be like? Or
I do.
you know, not revealing it right now though.
Yeah, I don't know. If I
Okay.
want to drop it yet, but
Okay.
I do have a title.
All right. All right. Well, we can get into our very, very first headline of the night. Of course, if you've been under a rock, you know that Adele has a new album afoot called 30. Which has already smashed records as Adele's want to do. But
So
now
good.
but now she's announced a Las Vegas residency. So this happened on Tuesday. This is from Love B. Scott. It says on Tuesday, the 33-year-old singer announced her upcoming weekends with Adele, Las Vegas residency, kicking off the new year at the famed Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. Let's see. Said she'll perform 2 shows every Friday and Saturday between January 21st, 2022 and April 16th, 2022. And so, let's see, she revealed, just talk a little bit about the album, which is about her divorce and everything else for the new album. She also will be playing in London's Hyde Park in July 2022, so 2 shows there. I mean, I guess at first I was a bit surprised to see Adele in Vegas because Adele's Adele, even though she's like, you know, super successful and famous, she's like, but she seems very like low key. In Vegas, it's not low key in the least.
Right.
So it's a combination kind of surprising. But then, you know, Las Vegas does have that old Brat Pack Hollywood show.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you know, she's about that in some ways too, as far as her music and some of her image. So in a way, it makes sense a bit. You know.
I could definitely see her there. When I think of Vegas shows, I mean, Britney, I feel like was the exception, and then they brought Gaga in, but we're used to the Celines and that kind of thing being in Vegas. So that makes sense for me, but the timing doesn't really make sense. I just feel like right now is dangerous to commit to something like that.
Because of COVID, well now
Omicron. Well, yeah, but I also feel like the numbers weren't like all the way up like that in Vegas, you know, like give it another year. But also I don't know when I don't know if we're gonna ever shut down again. So maybe everything will be fine and numbers will keep going up. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm hoping for the best for her.
I think, well, for one, people probably will brave that for Adele, I think. And I do think that I think even though we're still in the midst of the panoramic, I think I don't think it will be March 2020 again, as far as like a complete like shutdown. Nobody else knows what to do and what it is and how it spreads and all that stuff. We're not exactly in that place. We're not out of it yet. But we're not there either. So I think if they put the proper protocols in place, then it could probably happen. Yeah.
This new strand isn't trouble, then yeah.
Yeah, I think it could work. You think she have any special guests or like, you know?
I mean, the only one she wants is Beyonce, and they don't have as long together yet. So
yeah, I can see.
I mean, the only person I could see is Ryan Tedder, but nobody really knows.
Okay, I don't think I know too much about him actually. I think I've heard the name, but I can't put a face to it.
He's the lead singer of One Republic, but he's written I feel like on every album she's had.
Okay, yeah, I know who it is now. Yeah, that rang a bell now. Yeah. I think I could see. I mean, he's kind of in, you know, blaxploitation Uptown Saturday Night mode right now, but I can see Bruno Mars doing a guest spot over, in the show.
Okay, yeah. I mean, do they have a song together? They do, right?
I think he worked with her on 25, I believe.
Yeah, they do have a song. Yeah, I don't know if he's in it, but yeah, I could see that. But I mean, honestly, it's Adele. Like,
yeah, she usually
what's
right.
a guess? Like, please, this is a one-woman show, child.
yeah, I can see that. I think in a way the CBS special was kind of a warm-up. It was like a trial run, because that's very much like in the round, celebrities in the audience.
Right.
It felt very like well, it was in Hollywood. It felt very like it had that aura of a show.
Or she could go the other route and kind of have like an intimate show. I could see that happening for her in Vegas too. Like that sounds really cute. Small venue, but of course it's Adele. They're not gonna give her no small nothing.
Well, I mean, it's kind of up to Rip, kind of up to her, because it's supposed to last January or April, but if the demand is there, I can see them extending it. If that might be the smart way to play it, is to give her a smaller venue, and that'll be more butts. Make everybody scratching big and claw for
Yes.
And other news, I just thought of this too, because Jasmine Sullivan has announced dates for I think it's called The Hotel.
I saw that.
You saw it? Yeah.
I saw that. Yes, girl. Yes. Yeah, I saw some people getting real angry because they was in Philly and they said, "Where my date at?"
And she was like, "I got y'all."
Yeah. Right. But I saw that all her venues are being upgraded.
Okay, it's good. Okay, good.
Blessed and highly favored over there.
Yeah. It's just coming to New Orleans on March 6th. I don't know what date that is of the week, but I may have to take off. And
I know, right? She's coming to Brooklyn. She said, "I'll rock with BK. I don't know about Manhattan, but she coming to Brooklyn." I said, "Okay, I might stop by."
Yeah,
maybe just go out to dinner.
It's good to see her getting her recognition.
Yes, totally. I was screaming famous when she sang that song. I just want to be somebody. Yeah. Ooh, that was my song. And now, I mean, I think that was like 10 years ago.
Well, she came out around.
Don't stop.
Yeah, she came out around 2008. So, it's been a progression. Oh, who's in the? I also got Stella's in the chat. We playing his video tonight too for Sorcery.
Hi.
Well, hello. So if he says his Wi-Fi is acting weird, but if he just purely says hey anyway. So
hi.
Hello. Yeah, hey Josh. Okay, I think he must y'all know each other.
Oh my God, who is this?
Stella.
Oh, that's my brother.
Oh, okay.
We went to fucking high school together.
Right. Family reunion.
Family
reunion. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Oh my God. Hey, what the fuck? Yes. I can't wait for this video. I've already seen this video. Now that I know what it is.
It's the Afro Show, bringing families together. So.
Yes, okay. since 2021.
I guess. Well, I'm gonna save it or keep it. I don't know. I guess this is a story about Whitney. Apparently, there's a new documentary afoot. This one's by Audra McDonald, so I have more faith in it than the other ones.
I know. I saw a little bit about it, but I don't know too much.
Well, this is from Deadline. It says that now the original film is called Whitney in Focus.
I already don't like the title.
It's set to be released next year based on the work of photographer Ben Marshall, who documented Whitney before she became famous. So kind of a come up sort of documentary, I guess.
Okay.
But the issue seems to be, it's also based on an upcoming book on Houston by the photographer. So I guess it's surrounding that part, but right before she got famous, I guess. So
I need to find out who he is, but
yeah. But apparently,
I don't know. I mean,
go ahead.
Apparently what?
Oh, apparently there's an issue with the estate. It says the documentary. They said at least a statement saying the documentary production the way when Houston is drawing fire for the singer's estate. They say they're not involved in any way in this documentary, and no one came to us for permission. So we are saddened to learn that Ben Marshall, who had a relationship with Whitney and her family 35 years ago, and not since in shade, did not reach out to the family. Did not reach out to the family at all. We will not be cooperating anyway with this, nor will we support or approve of any music licensing to the project. So
Oh,
right?
so ain't no music gonna be in it? That's what they're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that lets me know this is gonna be real good. It's got to be scathing. It's gonna tell everything,
I
all the
look.
tea.
I mean, to me, it sounded like it said they're focusing on young Whitney in these photographs. So they say they photographed her between 82 and 86. So to me, it sounded like they're
When
gonna
she
kind of,
was just getting up there.
yeah.
I mean, they were
Yeah.
kind
This
of,
is like her still like modeling and like singing back up and like
yeah. That's so cool though.
like
I'm
the first
into
album.
that.
Yeah. So I think honestly, I mean, music obviously could help, but I don't think it'll be as necessary as it would be for
Yeah, because
a
that's not
long,
really what it's about anyway.
a long
We already know the
documentary.
music.
Yeah.
So you know what? I mean, but also, I mean, I'm hoping, and the speculation is that every time a family says we're not involved, I feel like that's because tea is spilled. And I'm like, well, let it be, because she said before about how before she was famous, she was already doing drugs and all that. She used to do it with her family. Like, she was like, please, I don't know if it was her brother or cousin or somebody that she used to run with in Jersey. And so, I'm sure there's so much more that was happening before she even got big that people were allowing and other, not to say that that's what they're going to show. Or if that's even true.
Yeah,
but
it sounded like they're gonna show.
It
sounded like they're gonna really focus on more. So I guess Bet's relationship with Whitney and taking photographs and that time of her life. Like I said, if this is like age, this would have been like her like still modeling and still sort of like trying to get a deal and like maybe singing around with her mother in clubs and like that sort of part of her career.
I mean, it's interesting that there was a photographer in the midst documenting it all.
Like I said, she was a model already, so she was kind of probably like in a circle where that would be happening, I think. And so then probably when she got signed, it's probably like some publicity photos and then like early shows and like so
I get that.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So I mean, it could. I mean, I may give it a look. It'll probably come out like online and like streaming. It doesn't say where it's going to be released.
Oh please! Oh, like maybe like Netflix or something.
Maybe because the other ones like the other documentary they had in 2017, Can't Be Me, was on Showtime, and I think the one about the estate, Whitney, I think happened either. I want to say that was online too. I don't think it was either.
You know what? I never saw that.
That one I think it would have the approval of the estate, I believe, because Sissy was in it. Yeah, Sissy and her brothers were in that one. So,
was it good? Did you see it?
It's a good one. I think. To me, and this is what I hope that the biopic will focus on, is that yes, obviously you gotta talk about the addiction and the struggles and the stuff and everything that's happening behind the scenes. But I would like them to focus at some point, also highlight the music as well, because that's the reason everybody fell in love with her in the first place, is the voice and
totally,
the music. And just just get into like the creation of Greatest Love of All, or I'm Your Baby Tonight, or
totally,
because and how does she feel about it? Did she like those songs? Did she feel comfortable singing those songs? Did she, what was her?
I feel like she definitely. I feel like she was so. I mean, growing up in a religious family myself, I feel like she probably was like, Sissy was like, and me and my house, we serve the Lord. Okay, I don't know about this other music. And she probably wanted that. And when she finally kind of got that break, she was like, that's why at the beginning of Dance with Somebody, she has that, woo! Like, yes, finally, So I feel like she definitely was. And I feel like maybe even some of those songs were revealing about the relationships that she was going through anyway with married men and a lot of secret stuff that maybe she was like, oh, I want to talk about that. And I like this song. I mean, that's just speculation, but it could be true.
Well, I mean, if you read Robin's book, I mean, I know she had a little thing with Jermaine around the time of like the first album. So,
Jermaine
Jackson. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Why'd you do what you do, Jermaine Jackson? Yeah.
They do have a song, right?
Yeah, they have some. Yeah, they did have a song, definitely. Hey, Markel. He's in the chat too. We're playing his video tonight. They had it. She talked about Jermaine in the book, and she threw some shade at Jermaine. I can't forget exactly what she said, but it was funny. But yeah, so that could have influenced music as well. But and then, because to me, I will say, I always view Whitney music as the most personal music because it seemed like it was, you know, some songs here and there, like My Love Is Your Love and some other ones that, you know, but not in general. Like, you know, I look at her as more an interpreter of lyrics. It's not
Yes,
not
definitely.
not
She had a voice that could convince you of anything. So
yeah. So
it didn't have
you
to
know,
be her story.
yeah. So if not this documentary, I hope the biopic focuses on that aspect as well. So because you got, if you're on like the Whitney fan forums, like you got the queens that just want it to be like a 2-hour highlight reel of like it's her winning awards and smiling and everything else, and then you
We've
got
seen that.
yeah, and then you got the ones. It's like, you know, if it's that, then there's no point in doing it. Like you need, and then they, you know,
Yeah, I can see a compilation of that on YouTube.
Yeah, you need like, you know,
I need the narrative.
Examine who this person was. You know.
Yeah, totally. Because I don't think we really saw that too much.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the Bobby and Whitney show, but that was too far gone at that point. So.
Yeah. It'd be great. I mean, even if they didn't do the biopic, it still could do something like the Wu-Tang series, like a ongoing series. So yeah,
that'd be so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because Wu-Tang series is good. I just called on that, but you know, get into that later.
I just saw the beginning of that, but we'll talk about that later because there's a lot going on with that.
Oh yeah. All right, but yeah, we'll get into some more headlines later when we come back. But first, let's get into the first video of the night. This is my latest video, filmed in this room. This is a video of my song for my song Elephants. Let's get into that right now. This is my song for Elephant. Get into the video.
Just what you wanna say, afraid I feel some kind of way, but intuition tells no lies. Speak on what you feel inside, and I tried, but in the end you still felt alone, and you tried. We ran too far to find a way back home. Letting go of best to love. Salvage what is left before it turns to stone. Letting go and moving on. Falling free alone onto a new mode. Future days now in the past, the world we may reduce to ash, but in the ruins flowers bloom. The seed we planted has deep roots. You kissed me for the last time. The levees of my eyes almost break as I see memories rushing by and by, flickering then growing dark like fireflies. Oh, chase for stars that work like cars, running for what was much as a tender. Realize that we've come to an end. Let the truth wash over us, start again. I am winter, still and hibernating.
All right, we're back, and that was my video for Elephant. I guess let's say I filmed again in this room.
So good.
Yeah, thank you.
So proud of you.
Yeah, that was shot by Panic the Plug, who's actually shot 2 other videos of mine. He shot one for Super Calswagalistic, and he shot the one for Love Takeover. So for this one that you just saw, Elephant, that was part of like a live series. That's the first video of the live series. And just set up the 3D tiles in the background, little white sheets on the side, 2 white well actually they look like little igloos to me, but they're actually ottomans. and then for the dance sequence, going back and then like putting everything in black, and then just doing dancing it out in the dark.
Did you that was just you just freestyle dancing?
No, I know I rehearsed that.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I love it. But you did still come up with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of piecing it together. Yeah, a little bit of Afro house.
It's very modern.
Yeah, a little bit of modern dance.
Modern dance.
A little bit of Afro house. A little bit of a Got to Let's Go on Jan Jackson. So.
I love it. It's so good. It's good.
Oh, thank you, Stella. Thank you. So yeah, that's from the current album BGC. If you want to check it out, on all these platforms. So
good album too.
Yeah, but yeah, so that should have another couple of ones coming out soon. One for the song FOMO, and one for Little Waves, and then one for B-Side Blues. So
Little Waves is so good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Your favorite.
Oh, yeah, it's favorite. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a little chill pop kind of different type of sound. So for me. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Mark Angel. Let's see, what else we got to talk about? We were talking about Wu-Tang when we were in the break during the video. So
yeah, I wish that I saw that show more, because I mean I resonate with that story a little bit. I saw a couple episodes and I'm like, totally, except for I just wasn't born and raised in the hood, but I am kind of over that narrative even for hip hop artists. Like I want to see, but I also don't know where Kid Cudi comes from, but I kind of want to see like his story. You know what I mean? I feel like he wasn't really his,
Well, if I didn't just feel total indifference toward him at this point, well, almost total indifference.
Kid Cudi?
I would say Kanye could fit that mold.
Kanye, right.
Kanye was, Kanye was very much middle class suburban guy who went against the grain of that image.
Yeah.
Right. But it still could be a compelling story, even though I couldn't stay around season.
I loved him. Damn it.
Thank you, Silla. Thank you for go ahead and check it out. But yeah. I mean, I did love him too, because I mean those first, especially those first 3 albums, but even the first 5 albums, has really like impacted me as a
same
as a
especially
person.
That first album
artist.
Really. I was in high school listening to that and just felt seen a little bit.
There's actually a channel on YouTube called FD Signifier, and he has like a 2-part series, like a very in-depth videos about why maybe it's so hard for like a certain people, basically people our age, for a lot of men our age, to kind of let go of Kanye because of what he represented at the time he came out, and that feeling like
I don't know what you mean by our age. I'm very young. But yeah, no, yes. I feel that, because I mean also nostalgia comes into it. We grew up with them, so
yeah.
So like a good friend for a long while, and then he pulled some shit, and we're like, oh, can't be friends with you no more. Not after that.
Yeah, that'd be a good man. That would be a good, like, if you're talking about like a story opposite of what you're talking about with Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
it is compelling because it's stuff that actually happened to them.
I mean that's true, but I'm so over that narrative. I mean, I felt the same way about Moonlight, which was really happy to see that story being told in the Black community, but was still kind of over the fact that the Black community can only be in the hood, in a low income housing area. I was like, miss me. I need something else.
Well, I do see B-Boy Blues is coming out, or it's out, but it's not on streaming yet, I don't think.
So did we forgive Jesse? Did we forgive him because everybody uplifted this movie? I said, did we forgive
I mean,
him? I'm cool with it. I
mean,
don't like cancel culture anyway, but
what,
I just wanted to know. Nobody told me.
I mean,
His movie came out and everybody's like, you know what?
Yeah, she's putting in work in this case. You know, the jail sentence comes down. So I don't know. I mean, that whole story
That's still going.
The trial has started. Yeah. Which yeah. I mean.
So I'm gonna shut up because I didn't know. I didn't know it was still going. I kind of just thought it was over.
It started this week, I think. Yeah, the opening statements, I believe, and just I don't know what to think about it. I mean, it on paper doesn't make sense, not really, but can they actually prove? Can they actually prove that he orchestrated this to do it? I don't know. Yeah. You know, so that's
innocent until proven guilty, I guess.
Yeah. You know, it's you know, it just you know, I you know.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, definitely.
Yeah.
There was nothing that made it seem like it really was an attack. But we want to say, you know, if people say what they experience, you want to believe them. I mean, you really do. Just the fact that things came out. But they said that they didn't investigate thoroughly enough. They just stopped the investigation. I don't know.
Yeah.
And there was no real conclusion. So I don't know. But I hope this film is good. And
I've heard good things about it. I heard good things about it. He's involved with it also. Samson McCormick, the comedian, is involved with it.
Yes, and I love him.
Yeah, he actually came to our last Pride we had before shutdown. He came and did a set. So, yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
I would love to see that. I saw him. I think it was maybe his film that he wrote.
Okay.
Which was Love the One That You're With, I think.
Okay, yeah, I haven't gotten around to watching that one yet, but I heard about it.
Yeah. It was cute, but it was really him that stuck out to me throughout the whole thing. Like his lines, and I was like, those were like cute little sound bites. But the rest of it, I mean, kind of how I feel about the new show Harlem, which I can't wait to watch. It looks really good with Megan Good and some other sisters. But it is basically girlfriends. You know, it's basically it's living single. It's insecure. It's I need something more than just a group of Black women making it in the world. I need a different story now.
In a way, it's like the counterparts, like, you know, like they're all children of the Golden Girls, you know, in like Sex and the City and all that stuff. So, yeah.
I suppose there's no shortage for the telling of that story because we're all interested in love and love lives and all that things. But I really want some Black fantasy shit. That's what I really want.
So you're talking about like Atlanta or like
I love Atlanta.
Random Acts of Flyness that was on HBO a while back.
I never saw that actually. I never saw that.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of up your alley because it's very much like Afro surrealism, pretty much.
I mean, and I'm not really saying that, but have you seen Lock and Key on Netflix? I think it's like more of like a teenage show, but things like that. I mean, that's what I want. I want some like fantasy, some not no Harry Potter shit per se, but can I say shit on?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this ain't CBS yet. Okay, all right. Because like, yeah, I just want some what was on HBO that got canceled? I mean, both of them, they were so good. Watchmen, but
that didn't get canceled. They had that one season. Yeah,
it did get canceled because I think somebody wanted to come back for season 2, and they all, I guess, agreed. Or the showrunner said there was really nothing else that he wanted to say. I guess it was really just the first season, but I don't know. But Lovecraft Country got canceled. That's the one
they did.
I was really gonna say.
Okay, because I mentioned this before on the previous show. I saw the thing that she posted. I can't think of her name, to the showrunner, like this right now, but I saw that
I can't think of her name.
I thought she posted, and it's like, I don't know if that would have been a bit too ambitious for one season. because you expanded from just this one part of the city and this and little areas here and there, but this is one area, particular area. It's like the whole country. Because season 2 was supposed to be like love for country supremacy, and like she had the whole United States divided up in the areas. It's like it's like I felt like, I think I said at the time, I still think that still think this now, that with that expansion, the personal would get lost.
You have time to whittle down all of that when you're, developing a show and a series, and you have writers, and you take your time and you make that make sense. I mean, I think it could have been possible. It would have just been opening up for later seasons. I probably don't feel like they would have given every detail and every storyline right off the bat, but I think it could have built to something more.
Maybe so, yeah.
If they would have given the chance, but
maybe so. But yeah, I can see that over seasons, yeah. But to me, she was implying she was going for it all in one season. I was like,
okay.
Girl,
she said,
"Girl,
"Well, y'all know when I'm gonna be here next." So.
Oh, we got some comments directly from Mark. He said he hung out with Samson actually on Tuesday night. He said great talent, huge heart, supportive friend. He also said B-Boy Blues was delightful. American Black Film Festival streamed it and featured it in this past week. He said should be very proud of James and Jussie. The film was a long time coming, so
okay.
But fantasy, yeah. Now, if you want fantasy in the sense of like escapist reality, I feel like this new show that Issa Rae is doing, Rap Shit, may be good for that.
Okay.
Based in Miami.
What is that?
Based in Miami, kind of loosely based on like the misadventures of the City Girls, kind of.
Okay.
So the Kid Fury is involved, I believe, with it behind the scenes, because he's from Miami. He's into the City Girls, I think.
Okay.
Kid Fury from the Reed. Oh, you should listen to that. That's a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of its own sort of fantasy in the sense. I would think, just given what I know about City Girls in Miami and rap.
I mean, that's cute, but I feel like that's just Atlanta and Miami.
Maybe, but it may be slightly different because centering on 2 female rappers is like a different trajectory.
Yeah, and I feel like Atlanta is a lot of things, and it's not really just like a rapper's come up story. So yeah, okay. But I think just for me, being a kid who was like into comics and things like that, that's where I want to see Black people, more, beyond just these life narrative shows, which I'm into too. And I love my dramas, and I love I'm down, but I just want to see us in that area. But that's okay. I'll write all of them if I have to.
That's
my work is never done.
All right, we can get into our second video where we talk about Black folks in fantasy and comics. This is I came across on Q Reviews, which is a great site on Instagram, great page on Instagram. This is Clinton John. This is his video for Embarrassing. Let's get into that now. This is Clinton John, and this is a video for Embarrassing.
Do you remember when we drank a bucket full of gin with all your childhood friends? But I drank most of it, couldn't take myself to bed. All the time before, when all the clothes were on the floor, your mom opened the door. Not to mention there were 3 of us, never seen you serious. Yeah, I was a mess, you called me too young. Half of the time I was just drunk. Maybe we'd work if I'd have grown up. Knew I was dumb, you said it enough. Blame it on just being a kid. Doesn't excuse the things that I did. But when you think of me, is it embarrassing? When you think of me, was it love, was it fun, would you say you cared for me? Do you block it out when it's too embarrassing? When you think of me, when you think of me, do you roll your eyes and think of all the times I showed up uninvited? too young. Half of the time I was just drunk. Maybe we'd work if I'd have grown up. Knew I was dumb, said it enough. Blame it on just being a kid. Doesn't excuse the things that I did. But when you think of me, is it embarrassing? When you think of me, was it love, was it fun? Would you say you cared for me? Do you block it out when it's too embarrassing? When you think of me, when you think of me, I saw you driving last week. You ran a red light so you didn't have to see me. I understand why you left based on the things that I've done in the past. I think we can both agree that I was a mess. You called me too young. Half of the time I was just drunk. Maybe we'd work if I'd have grown up. Knew I was dumb and you said it enough. Blame it on just being a kid. Doesn't excuse the things that I did. But when you think of me, is it embarrassing?
All right, and we are back.
That was so
That was
cute.
Clinton John with Embarrassing. Uh,
Okay, nothing embarrassing about that, child. That was cute.
yeah, choreography.
That was real
Actually,
cute.
the
Yeah.
whole nighttime thing reminded me. Remember the breakdown scene in Baby Boy
Elephant.
Beyonce? A little bit, me a little bit, but I was the more Beyonce actually. But the whole bitch be
Oh yeah.
being outside on
Okay.
the beach like doom, doom, doo, 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 at the end.
Yeah. No, it
Uh,
wasn't giving me all that, but it was definitely giving me some breakdown. Yes,
Mm,
for sure.
yeah.
I don't know, more like Demi Lovato in that garage. That was more what I was getting.
Okay, I haven't seen that video. I've seen it.
Yes, you have.
I
You
have?
just it probably wasn't a garage, but
Okay,
everybody's seen that video.
okay. But anyway, that
I
that
don't know
was
what video it was, but
that was Clinton John with Embarrassing. Get a few facts in about Mr. John. He lives in Nashville, center of Tennessee's LGBTQ creative community. He's basically he says he's a boundary pushing visual artist and a genre breaking pop act. Been honing his sound for several years. His first single was called Honest. It came out in 2020. It landed him a spot in Lee Jean Company's Artist at Home campaign and the live stream showcase. He also got some coverage on sites like Pop Music, local press on No Country for New Nashville and Young Music City. He pays homage to his fellow gay pop elders like Elton John and George Michael with his first. Okay, so that's where the name comes from. Clinton John, so George Michael, Elton John.
oh my god, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also is inspired by Troye Sivan, Kim Petras, Conan
I
Gray.
love them.
He also works the main stage of Nashville Pride, RABN, Writers Rounds, and various showcases in the Nashville area. So, and this is a quote from him. He said, "I rarely give any merit or thought to people who don't improve my lifestyle will only be a dead end for my own happiness." Like I said, I'm so privileged and proud to be a part of the community, and they've been supportive, and hopefully they can find themselves in their experiences in his music. So you can check him out on Instagram. His handle is Clinton John Music. So look him up.
I'm married.
I guess we can dive back into a headline. This is one that I've kind of been laughing at most of the week. This is from Revolt TV. Now, apparently there's a petition calling for journalists to stop interviewing Will and Jada.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so after this is from the article, it says after providing unsolicited details about their love life, a petition has been created to put an end to the actors' interviews. The plea, which was launched on change.org, specifically asks journalists, blogs, and media personalities to quote stop interviewing Will and Jada Smith. At this time, the petition is about 2,000 signatures shy of reaching its goal, garnering 7,500 supporters. And so this is happening. This recently started, I guess, in the last year or so after the entanglement of 2020, and also about Will talking about his feelings about Jada's friendship with Tupac. and also
Gosh.
other things he's revealed in his biography, which I finished reading it actually last week. I read the biography, and it's a good read. But
Oh
he
yeah, I
reveals
want to read that.
yeah, he reveals a lot, and that's part of the reason they're saying that they want him to stop doing interviews. Which okay, to me, number one, it ain't gonna stop because Red Table Talk makes
Yeah.
and
Right.
it gets a lot and it gets a lot of this attention.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I mean,
Ain't no such thing as bad publicity, they
right.
say. Although I don't know. I mean, since his book came out, he's looked a little haggard, just a little bit,
So
like he's
everybody,
going through it.
people say about number one, he's shaved, so the facial hair is going to give a different lack of facial hair is going to show more of the face. And I think two is like, and two, I mean, all black don't crack aside, he is 53 years old.
53?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
All
right. And now that I'm looking at him and you say that, I'm like, okay, fine, I guess. But I don't know. I also feel like it's some of the angles too. I'm like, now y'all know he was never gonna look this old, and now look at him. It's all right. At least he made it here.
I do think he slimmed down, which again, I think if he was 30, it wouldn't necessarily show up in the same way. But since he's, like I said,
because 30 is very young.
Yes, yes. Since he's early 50s, it's gonna show up,
yeah.
In the face differently than it would have,
Of course.
He was young. Because when he was young,
I just feel like there's so many creams.
Yeah, he was young. When he was really young, like he was skinny then too, but he, different time period.
Yeah.
But as far as number one, they're not gonna stop doing interviews because Red Table Talk, and then two, it comes with the job. They do interviews. That's part of what.
I mean, and I've always liked them being open about struggles and trauma, and I feel like that's really what we should be doing in the world in general, because if we stopped hiding those things, there would be less stigma around things, and people would be less inclined to hide them, lie. A lot of the stuff that ends up hurting people and causing more trauma, especially in adulthood, is because people are afraid. That's really what it is. So they're afraid to talk about it. They're afraid of being seen in a kind of way if they talk about it. And so to have especially a heterosexual couple be so open and honest about fluidity and just a different take on monogamy and those kind of things is refreshing, and I think great for the community at large. So I mean, I appreciate their candor, but I did see, however, that somebody wrote on the petition, all it says is poor Will, or God, what did it say? It just says poor Will Smith. Like, so really they just want to stop it because they feel like he's being dragged, or it's making him seem like foolish, to be in this relationship.
Right, which I don't totally get either, because you willing to tell me that Will Smith at like the height of like Bad Boys and Men in Black and all that wasn't
he's
like
he's getting his too.
It wasn't getting a little like, come on.
Yeah, and she said something. She said something in that Red Table Talk, whatever. She said something about, like, okay, we could talk about it if we want to talk about it, but we're talking about this specific thing. But and they left it there, and he was like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sure.
Because the thing is, like, before all that, this has been like in the last year or two or so that has really kind of, I guess, ramped up as far as them talking about stuff. But like before that, I mean, everybody was very interested. Like, what's their version? Like, I heard this about him. I'm like, okay, well, now be careful what you wish for, because now they're telling you about it, telling you about all of it. So, and also the fact that people say, well, I don't want to hear about this, I don't want to hear about that. Well, it is in a memoir. And the point of a memoir, if it's any good anyway, is to give you an idea of who this person is. And so
it's revealing.
That's stuff that's gonna come out.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, also there's so many other things to be worried about that we could be having a petition go around about. Okay, so if you don't want to hear about it, keep swiping, because I'm sure another story is right underneath. So this petition thing is too far. Y'all got too much time on your hands. Unemployment's over. Get a job.
But speaking of books, I did see that a short thing on a clip, I think either on Entertainment or Extra, one of the shows, where I think Mariah was trying to collaborate with Lee Daniels to like adapt her book into like a series.
Listen, I think I'm probably one of the only people that I know that was a fan of the glitter film. Like, I had a good time, but I was also in middle school. I mean, I wasn't born yet. Anyway, it was fine. I don't know about a series where she would be involved. I feel like let somebody else take it, maybe. I like the idea of Lee Daniels being involved with it. He seems to be pretty good, but I feel like anything with Mariah in the screen, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I have not seen,
keep it to Christmas specials.
I have not seen Glitter all the way through. I've seen parts of it, but I know. But I did see her impressions, and she was very good in that. I thought. I mean, she told.
I've never seen that.
But she told it was you were if you didn't know it was Mariah, you'd be like,
yeah,
it was totally just all stripped away. And also, and if you read the book is very like, oh no, she doesn't leave. I mean, she said she left things out in terms of like really like not going in on certain people, but in terms of like really laying out her story, in terms of like really like laying out her story, she really does like just.
Okay, I want to read it now. Okay,
yeah, so
I gotta read hers and Will's.
Yeah, I think that lends itself to being a series.
See, I gotta stop talking shit when I haven't read it.
But
my bad.
My
bad, MC.
Well, you know, celebrity bios can be, you know, a mixed bag. For for every one of those, you got, I don't know, if I can compare it to some, at least, well, not even
a celebrity what?
It's like celebrity biographies of like celebrities.
Oh, right.
Stuff.
Right.
It could go in. Like, for every like Will or Mariah, you can get like a. Trying to think of somebody. Not even a book, but like a behind the music. I remember like I watched Ice Cube. And I was like, like no, it's just I walked away from it like, you know, I didn't learn anything about you at all. This was like a 2-hour highlight reel, and you sitting there in your sunglasses and just talking about you know, whatever. You know, you fine, but still no, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
You can get one of those. So
I'm with that.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't see. But anyway, I don't see that petition stopping anytime soon. So
no, I don't. But I mean, that may make it better for them. You know, I also saw a horrible video of Jada and Tupac dancing to "Parents Just Don't Understand."
Yeah, I saw it in a documentary on him years ago.
Yeah, and what hurt more so wasn't the video; it was. I think it was maybe Arsenio Hall on his show, and the way he was setting it up, it was like he knew that they were making fun of the song, and he also was like, I too hate this song. So they was clowning on this boy before she ever got with him, and that I feel like is like, damn, that's the basis of.
Well, I think one in terms of the video quality, I mean, it was the 80s, and it was like, clearly like a homemade video.
I mean, yeah.
And two, in terms of like getting back to Will, I think he said like he just, you know, he hated the fact that people like he had the reputation as being like the soft rapper from Philly. When, you know, again, if you read the book, you know, I mean, he didn't grow up quite like rough as Tupac, but still he had some rough edges about him.
Very King Richard.
Yeah. So I haven't seen it, but I heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, the first half, I haven't seen the second half, but no, and you know what? They're developing the new Fresh Prince.
Oh yeah, Fresh Prince. Yeah, making it more
and
dramatic.
It's more of a drama, and it kind of goes into what it was really like for him to grow up in Philly and how it was a little bit more dangerous than just the fun little anecdote about being on the b-ball court and, you know, getting in a scuffle with some guys, you know.
It's actually based on Benny Medina is the character he's based on, actually, the Fresh Prince.
On who?
Benny Medina, who kind of put the show together with Quincy and everybody, which you know, other 90s diva pop trivia. He used to manage. I'm not sure if he does. Still does. He managed Jennifer Lopez for a minute.
I don't know her.
So, well, yeah.
I don't know her.
Of course. But yeah. So no. Yeah, I think the interview's gonna keep coming because why not? So
I mean, but I also feel like they're a great articulate couple, so they can handle whatever's thrown their way.
All right, so we can get into our next video. This is a video, kind of a bop I came across. I think it was on the weekly top 40, I believe, which is another great IG page.
Yes, love them.
Yeah, they shared a few things of mine and yours too, I think. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So this is the Die Burger with I hope I said the name right. The burger with featuring Paperboy Prince with "I Love You." So let's get into that now. This is a Die Burger with Paperboy Prince and "I Love You."
I love you too.
Yeah. I love you.
Pull up on me, I pull up on you. Stick with me and I stick with you. Hate on me, that can't be true, cause you love me and I love you too. Pull up on me, I pull up on you. Stick with me and I stick with you. Hate on me, that can't be true, cause you love me and I love you too. I just wanna give hugs and spread love. If you're hating, it's cause I'm a 10 and you's a dub. Cut a rug, do the jitterbug. Meet me at the club, cause we could fuck it up. Yeah, we can fuck it up. Yeah, peace, love, and unity. If you hate on me, that's your eulogy. Enemies, that's all new to me. So you do you, I stay true to me. One universe, one life to live. Love him, love her, burger, love the kids. Love yourself, don't live a lie. Multiply, no need to divide. Pull up on me, I pull up on you. Stick with me and I stick with you. Hate on me, that can't be true, cause you love me and I love you too. Pull up on me, I pull up on you. Stick with me and I stick with you. Hate on me, that can't be true, cause you love me and I love you too.
Shooting at the love like Cupid. Step up in a party while paper go stupid. I want her to stay, she dance like coolest. How they put my face in the front of the movement. I like the way you shake, I really like your movement. Got love out in Spain, love out in Munich. Hopped out the tank in the tie-dye tunic. They hate all around, but the love is elusive. Why the first question, when are we exclusive? I say, baby boo, I'm trying to be inclusive. All up in my business, love ain't intrusive. This baby boy Prince here to start a revolution. Let me see you work, 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 work. Baby girl, let's work, 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 work. With paper, let's work.
Pull up on me, I pull up on you. Stick with me and I stick with you. Hate on me, that can't be true, cause you love me and I love you too. Pull up on me, I pull up on you. Stick with me and I stick with you. Hate on me, that can't be true, cause you love me and I love you too.
Paper. Yeah.
And I stick with you. Hate on me, that can't be true, cause you love me and I love you too. Pull up on me, I pull up on you. Stick with me and I stick with you. Hate on me, that can't be true, cause you love me and I love you too. Pull up on me, I pull up on you. Stick with me and I stick with you. Hate on me, that can't be true, cause you
3, 2,
All right, that was the
one.
featuring Paperboy Prince with "I Love You Too."
That was
Yeah,
cute.
we approve.
That was real cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like that. I'm
Yeah,
about
very.
to hit her up. Okay.
Yeah, very bright, very colorful.
Yeah.
So
I like the lyrics. I like what she was saying.
Yeah, definitely. A few facts. I couldn't find any bio information about the feature artist, Border Prince. But here's her a little bit of information about her. Mixing bourbon with acid. It's like a little rap diva Die. Oh, okay, it's pronounced Day. So Day Burger. So there we go. She creates a sexually charged technical soundscape combine the 2000s hip hop with 70s go-go. So that's quite a mix. Hails from Queens. She's been developing New York City's underground scene and put out mixtapes for years. First LP with Soft Service came out in late 2017. She dropped her second project, Bite the Burger, in December 2019. So, so it's a mix of like club beats and also R&B, a little bit, and also a mix of rap too. And also, if you watch Insecure, I think it's what in the last episode at the end, if you should know one of her songs called "Whoop Child." So,
up. Let's go. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I love this girl, whoever she is. Yes.
you can definitely follow Day
Day
Burger
Burger.
on
Okay.
IG. That's spelled DAI Burger, and then Paperboy Prince is at Paperboy Prince on IG as well. So
Yeah, I like him too. He
but
was
also
cool.
really quickly, speaking of switching flights to playlists and things. If you want to be featured, I have a playlist for the show called the Afro Say playlist. I just updated for the month of December. If you want your song featured on the playlist, please send me a link to AfroSenseiShow@gmail.com. Again, it's AfroSenseiShow@gmail.com, and I'll listen to it. And I may add to the January playlist. I usually update it every month. Feature between about 20 to 30 tracks per month. So right now we're up to about 10 likes. Get more likes if we can, more shares, which helps you get more eyes, ears on your music, and possibly more fifths of a cent from Spotify, whatever the fuck. So, but either way, share that with me. Also, of course, send your video links too. If you know an artist that's doing great, interesting things, it's LGBTQ, and the same email address, AfroSenseiShow@gmail.com. I'll check it out and maybe be on the next show. So yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that was Dave Berger featuring People with the Prince with "I Love You." So
good.
So let's get back to some mess. All right, this is from Love B. Scott. Apparently,
I love him.
apparently,
can I show him?
Oh yeah, of course.
Is it him? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, B. Scott.
Oh, B. Scott. I think. Oh, okay. I think they identify as they. Yes.
They.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Love them.
I've been following them for like a long time actually.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Since the muffins. What is it?
Yeah. Love
muffins.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever he used to do.
But apparently, Tyra Banks is being ripped by a former top model contestant who claims that models got paid just $40 a day and had to buy their own food. So this is from the article. Okay. So this is
well. First of all, models don't eat.
And, well, yeah.
So now I know somebody lying. No.
Cigarettes and coffee, yes. But this is from Sarah Hartshorn, she's retired from modeling, but she's in Psycho Now, the show. She says that she Twitter and posted to a fan. She says the fact that the girls on ANTM were getting paid $40 an episode, and Tyra and just were making bank is kind of sick. She got tagged and she asked. Someone asked her this for real, and she replied, $4 a day, no residuals, and we had to pay for food. And also, one Twitter user remarked, at this point, it should be a surviving ANTM series. Okay, and when she went into more detail, she says that partway through the first episode, they marched all the girls into the conference room that was full of a team of lawyers and all the producers, and they sat us down. And we were all sitting around the ground looking up at them like kindergartners and waiting for a snack. They told us that the contract we signed a few weeks ago meant if we talked about anything that happened or was going to happen, we would be sued for $10 million. And then she said, and she raised her hand. One girl raised her hand and said, what if we don't have $10 million? Because it was point of fact, I don't have $10 million. Hartshorn went on. And the producer, executive producer said, we know that. We won't just sue you. We'll sue your whole family. We'll sue your parents or guardians, your grandparents, your kids, your future children. We'll keep suing you until we get that money. Damn. She said she felt that even though they had complete control over our lives at the time, they wanted to make sure their power seemed larger than life, and it absolutely worked. It seemed like the dang Illuminati to me at that time. So yeah. And also another ANTM alum, Lisa D'Amato, she's made a similar claim as well. She said she risks being sued for breach of contract by opening up about her experience on the show back on E! True Hollywood Story. She said it felt it was a duty to warn other girls that were going to audition for America's Next Top Model to know what you guys do and the way you guys would poke me and use my childhood trauma against me day in and day out. D'Amato explained through tears and the Instagram page. She said it was fucked up and it broke my heart. I think I know what she's talking about. I think I remember her from one of the cycles. I think that name rings a bell. But yeah, but I mean, it's kind of been an ongoing thing with Top Model that people been talking about, how looking back, how things haven't aged well in terms of some of the challenges they did and how they were treated, and just And
I remember that.
I would say to her credit, Tyra has been open, has taken an attitude of like, that was probably fucked up, and that wasn't great. So that's it. But that's it. I had a friend on Facebook. As soon as he posted the story, he posted that gift for the guy from Baby Boy, who said like $40 for the outfit. You never seen Baby Boy? With Tyrese.
I know what it is,
but you don't.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you don't understand the question and don't respond to it. If anybody seen that movie,
I do know one of the actors from it. That's
okay.
it.
Okay.
I went to
But-
school with him too.
Oh, all right. But yeah, $40. I mean, I'm because at this point it's like 20 years ago when the show started. So
Right. I'm like, that could have bought us something 20 years ago. $40
maybe
a day.
a day. I guess
mean,
so.
$40 a day. I guess you're using that $40 a day though. To
Yeah,
eat
to eat.
and
Yeah,
shit.
I guess it's like
Yeah.
per diem in a way. But
Yeah.
but I would
Yeah.
think, you know, if you're there for so long, I'm sure they shoot all day, and they're getting made up for hours and sitting for hours, and it's just a lot of sitting around and waiting. And I would think that
Yeah.
at least have some free foods somewhere.
Even as an extra on
Yeah.
a movie or whatever, you're getting paid more than that. You're getting paid, I don't know, like 180 a day.
And also
So
like no residuals either. So you think like all those like marathons they had, like all this back to back, you not getting paid.
give them something.
Yeah.
I mean, but also, you know, Tyra's last name is Banks. She told you what she was about from the beginning. So
Get into the bag and making that bank.
you know, and I mean, I guess her thing was like, I'm giving you exposure, but oh my god, if I hear that one more time.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucked up any way you slice it.
My counter to that is like, really, if you think about it, by the time that show got on the air, that whole era of like the supermodel and like supermodels being like the center of pop culture, that pretty much was over, because you had like in the 80s and the 90s, you had like Naomi and Cindy and Linda Evangelista and all those models, and to a degree Tyra. But by the time you get to the early 2000s, it was like that was a wrap.
It was still alluring to the reality TV show set. Time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it fit that. But yeah,
I give him that.
Like you think about it, because none of those girls have gone to like have like us. I mean, some of them have gone to have careers, but because Yaya has an acting career. She actually played Whitney in that Angela Bassett movie. But like none of the girls have gone to be like, you know, the next Naomi or the next Iman. It was a Lifetime movie. But like none of them.
But even if they won, if they won, they got like what 100,000 maybe. Yeah,
they did, and then the one girl that.
But you would have to win.
Yeah, the one girl that won. Adrian, I think was her name. The first girl that won, she ended up like being on some real life and like banging Peter Brady, which Peter was in shape. I'm just saying, but it was like that's the way her career went. And you had like Eva, who ended up, she did a little bit of acting, and she was like in the Real Housewives and everything else, you know. So yeah.
But I mean I don't know if they ever really became anything out of there, but I used to be obsessed with the first maybe 2 seasons, and then that was it. But I wonder if it's gonna be like this for RuPaul's Drag Race in a couple.
Actually, there's an article I should have like linked to. But there's an article you can pull up like 15 crazy facts about Drag Race, and it's like they get paid $400 an episode, I think, and they
400.
Yeah, and then but they don't get food. They gotta pay for their own food and their own personal items. It's like, damn, I can't feed bitches. Like shit.
I mean, there's usually always food on set.
You think about like you got people in drag all day for like 12 hours, like in heels. You tucking and rolling, so you can't use the fucking bathroom. It's like,
child. Oh my goodness.
It's just like, I mean. Yeah. So and then also you can't go anywhere. You can't use your phone. That's why Willem didn't go, because he was talking with his husband. You know, so it's just like, and then I think they get paid. I think if you go on the show one time, you get paid $400, and then if you come back, I think it's like $411. And if you come back again, it's like $420. Which I mean, you know.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I also think that they at this point know, because those kind of secrets have kind of been let out. So I feel like people who accept the gig know that you're going to be kind of sequestered and all these things. I don't know about the food part, but also getting $400 a day, I'll take $20 a day. And me, I only eat like 1 meal a day anyway. So those queens, I mean, like you said, they can't go to the bathroom, so I don't see them really wanting to eat.
But I mean, they do. But you think? I mean, I don't know. Just think about like the amount of. I'm sure like at this point the show was just raking in money. I can just imagine I can just imagine like, you know, like begging for like scraps of food, like from like the catering table, and RuPaul be like, you know, just like. And just like going back to his dressing room and closing the door and shit.
That is funny.
You know, just
no.
But I mean, yes, I guess it's like the push pull because like it's like it's hard. That show has changed so much because if you think about when the show first started, like I'm talking about Drag Race, like 09, like it was like you could tell like most of the outfits,
Oh
like
wow, yeah.
the outfits
yeah.
and then the drag for the most part. I mean, yeah, people that did costumes and were more outlandish, but like it was very like accessible. Like you could look at an outfit that somebody put together and be like, oh, I could do that.
Mhm.
Or they got that from the mall, like or whatever. But now it's like first day, 3 custom outfits, day, noon, evening, bitch. You better and then then the runway, all custom. Like, and you already spent off top like. Someone said they spend more on it than they spend on tuition. I'm like, so it's like, so how much does $400 really go stretch when you already in debt by going into the competition?
What a question.
Yeah, so
yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you mean the fracking?
yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, yeah.
I didn't. I'm like, come on now. About to be her and Tyra. Do better. No better. You're supposed to do better. But I guess she said, I don't want the white man making all the money too. Shit, I'm a frack as long as it's legal. Because it's not illegal.
And so laugh.
I can't even do it.
All right. We can try our next video where we cackling for fracking. This artist, another artist I came across this artist thing on LGBT Underground, believe it, or either LGBT Underground or Yo LGBT Raps, which are both great IG pages. This is Kim Joyce, and this track is called Submissive. Let's get into that now. This is Kim Joyce. This video is, of course, a song called Submissive.
Hey, straight from the spittle. Look, let go. Hey, God made Adam out of Adam came Eve. Out of Eve came more things like all human existence. Sometimes I wonder why we gotta be submissive to these niggas whose rage filled with egos. Victim to their libido. Rather hang with their boys, these niggas be on the D-low. And young sis sitting back just enabling shit. You don't get treated how you want and now you angry at him. Look, ay, same way that I don't trust the Constitution written by white men only. I think it lacks inclusion. Well, ay, the Bible written by men only. Forgive me, God, but there ain't no words from no females that's included. So, ladies, beware. There's a lot of bitch-ass niggas out there, hey, out there, hey, please be safe. I say, hey, ladies, beware. There's a lot of bitch-ass niggas out there, hey, out there, hey, please be safe. Too many women getting raped and killed these days, hey. Too many men in prisons and jails these cages are becoming a normal. Listening in the courtroom, these cases are horrendous. You ever watch Forensic Files? I'm like, wow, but I gotta be submissive. With 99% of these crimes committed by niggas, makes no sense. I don't feel safe. Men treat women how masters treat slaves. It's no difference. Shit is all the same. Niggas be entitled, man. That shit is so lame. Nigga change, nigga. Ladies, beware. There's a lot of bitch-ass niggas out there, hey, out there, hey, please be safe. I say, hey, ladies, beware. There's a lot of bitch-ass niggas out there, hey, out there, hey, please be safe. Hey, ladies, beware. There's a lot of bitch-ass niggas out there, hey, out there, hey, please be safe. I say, hey, ladies, beware. There's a lot of bitch-ass niggas out there, hey, out there, hey, please be safe, hey.
back, and that was Kim Joyce with Submissive.
The
which,
vibe.
yes, destroying Hotep dreams one bar at a time. Yes.
Okay. Stop it.
It's a few facts
I
about.
did feel like she
oh,
didn't like me
oh,
from the bat, but I feel like once she got to know me, she'd be like, okay, all right.
Like I
But
said,
some of the lyrics in there, I was really feeling.
like you were saying during the video, it's kind of like a blunter version of the Lauryn Hill line from a doo wop.
Yes, right.
Guys, you know you better.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
Right.
yes.
Right. At least Lauren gave, both sexes a chance. She said, the problem is with these niggas, she said. Damn. All right.
Actually, she's from she went to college at Ohio State, and she played basketball on the basketball team, and she was involved in the university's economics program. But after graduation, she had a change of heart, and she wanted to pursue music instead. So she moved to Atlanta. So she located Atlanta. She's not just hip hop, but also a little bit of R&B and soul. She released one for 2 EPs, and she about to release her third titled Earth. She has a viral hit called Crowd Pleaser. So right now that's about 130K on YouTube. She was originally from she's originally from Detroit, actually. She sang in church, and she grew up listening to like gospel and jazz. And then she got into like alternative hip hop group called LaQuest while she was at OSU, and then now here she is now. So
good for her.
You can follow her at Kim Joyce Music on IG. So that's Kim Joyce Music.
Yeah, I'm really loving all these vibes. The beats are great.
Yeah.
Whoever's producing, I mean, we are coming up. I just love my people so much.
That's what Markel says. There's a really good clips tonight. Come on, Black queer people. So
yes, really though, right? We really doing it. That's why I really do appreciate this show. I love this show. Just for the exposure alone, the artists that you show. It's like I mean, I remember I don't know, 10 years ago or so, looking for Black queer hip hop and pop artists, not really finding any, but if I found some, they were always kind of just like lackluster, or I don't know. And I just also felt the same way about gay movies. Like they just were never really that great or up to par. And I was always wondering where the taste was. I'm like, I feel like the mainstream be stealing from us as far as our taste. So where's the taste level when I'm looking at our stuff? And I have to say, this show really does a great job of showcasing really good talent. Not because we're both on here, but just in general. I mean, just everything that I've seen today. And yeah, I just love this show, and I love you, and I'm glad that you created this. It's needed, I think.
But yeah, I definitely think it's necessary to kind of highlight people that are doing things, especially Black or people of color, like everybody.
But not just them because they're Black.
Yeah, not just because, but just the idea that it's I mean, any artist, you have to kind of fight for attention, but it's like you can call it the attention economy when it comes to like being Black and being gay or trans or bi or or even a person of color, whether it's Asian, Hispanic. It just adds to there's certain hills you have to climb that are unique to being queer and Black, or Black, gay, or trans and things like that. And to being an artist, it's a different road you kind of have to travel, and it's kind of to me and to my mind, it's still uncharted in a way, and so if you can kind of help each other along, that's helpful.
Totally. I feel like that is the way of the future. I love it. Somebody said they asked someone when they think the first sign of civilization was, and the woman responded, the first mended bone, because that meant that somebody went back and thought, I will risk myself to help you. Because usually if somebody break a bone, you leave them, but the moment that somebody said, I will risk my life just to make sure you're going to be all right, she's like, that was the first sign to her of civilization. I said, I like that.
Okay. Yeah. Empathy.
And And I think that's the way of the future. Us really caring about each other and caring about our earth and universe, you know, because there's more out there than just this. So I mean that there's a quote too about that is either we're alone in the universe or there's something else, and either one is terrifying, you know. So.
Yeah.
But caring about each other, I think, is a good start, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we were talking about this during the break because we were talking about, like, you know, universes and galaxies. Mentioned Eternals, which I actually saw on my birthday, actually.
Did you?
Yes.
How was it?
I enjoyed it. Now, full disclosure, I did not read the comic books. I don't read the comic books. Didn't read them growing up, so I can't compare. I can't compare canon. You know, for those who are into all that. But it was a long preamble as far as like explaining what it all means and who they are and everything else. But once they got into it, you know, I enjoyed it. I thought I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, I actually went. It was the first movie I've gone to the movies to see since COVID, and I saw it in 4D, where like the chairs move and like they spray water, and when they're like doing their fast runs and stuff, you feel like wind whipping beside you. It's really cool. Fell asleep. So yeah. That's why I asked you how it was, because
okay.
Never got there. Never got to the end. I don't even think I got to the middle. But you know, I wanted to, and I went opening weekend too, and I wanted to support it because a lot of Middle Eastern nations were banning it. You also have a gay or I should say same sex kiss or show of affection by two people of color, which I thought was amazing. Two different people of color at that, which I also am a supporter of. But I think I made it to that, and that was it. That was night. So
yeah,
I mean, I hope to go see it again, maybe.
Yeah.
But
it was enjoyable, and it's a good chance to see like a different part of the Marvel universe, because obviously X-Men takes up a lot of room, and Captain America and, you know, Iron Man. But it was good to see like a different.
I'm into that, and I'm into
people.
to them doing that in the future. And I love that. Thanks to Blade, and I love that the universe is coming alive, and they're diving into other stories, because there's so many comics out there. There's so many superheroes and stories that have a diverse group of people that aren't, I wouldn't say have been introduced into the mainstream. So I appreciate them for doing that. Now I need an all Black one.
Well, are there any, like, I mean, because you got Black Panther and you got Storm, and you got Fastos to be another one, but I guess I wonder who else it'd be to kind of make up that universe.
I mean, I don't know any, but you know what? I actually have a friend who I went to college with, DJTRAKQUEEN, who came out with a comic book series, and I would love to see that turn into something. I think it was called Black Mage, something.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look it up right now. We're gonna Black Mange, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna have it before the end of the show.
Well, I guess this is kind of comic relative, not exactly relative to comics, but it is. But you think of Comic-Con, just a flip on con. This is a Golden Con, which is the first ever Golden Girls fan convention. Is coming to Chicago in 2022. Yes, thank you for being a friend. Yes.
Stop.
Let's see. This is from who's this from? This is from Mental Floss, I guess is a website. But now fans can now add a formal convention to the list of like Golden Girls, you know, mania. It's called Golden Con. It's going down the weekend of April 22nd to April 24th in Chicago, Illinois. Devoted to the series can head to the city's North district, where there's the community center for the LGBT community. Their whole series of events, including a vendors market, cheesecake seems inevitable, live parody shows, a costume parade, and trivia. There will be a Rusty Anchor pop-up bar, hopefully with more than 3 chairs to the table. The Golden Girl. Oh, okay, they talk about just the series in general. They promise to have appearances by guest stars, producers, and others directly connected to the show. It's not clear if Betty White will make an appearance. Of course, she turns 100 in January. And ticket prices are to be determined. So, I mean, if I was, I love the show. If it was closest, if it was like in Houston, I would maybe make the journey to it.
Is Betty gonna be there?
That's what they say. It's a toss up. Maybe not. Because she's the last woman standing. So
because listen, we don't want her to travel all that way, and that be what do her in, because. That sounds far, and we're just trying to protect her to her. I think it's her 100th birthday,
January
coming up. I think so. So we're just like, please don't take her out the bubble wrap. No, it sounds cute. I mean, I definitely have gotten more into Golden Girls lately. My boyfriend loves it, and it comes on Hulu, and we'll be playing it in the background, and I'll turn and be like, "Damn, they was talking about this."
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about that. Oh my God, there's a whole episode about this. What? Don Cheadle? What? I mean, I was
that's Golden Palace, yeah.
So surprised. No, Golden Girls.
Well, I mean, Golden Palace was a spinoff, and Don Cheadle was on Golden Palace.
I'm not, no, but he was actually on an episode of Golden Girls.
Okay.
And they were talking about racism because Blanche wanted to have like this party with her Confederate flag and her like Sisters of the Confederacy or whatever. And Don Cheadle wasn't comfortable with it. And there was a whole episode about it. I didn't see it on Hulu, but I saw a clip of it on Facebook or something. And I was like, they were talking about this shit. They were talking about one of the main characters has a gay brother, and they kind of dealt with that. And I was like, okay, this was Sex and the City before Sex and the City.
But like I said before, that show has a lot of children.
You did, and it's a great show, and I love the gospel remix of the
theme song,
the title theme, that guy did. But I just don't know about a con.
I think, well, I definitely think we're going to come into that because it's going to be queens everywhere in Chicago going into that. But I was saying, like, when I wouldn't travel to go to Chicago. I would travel if it was a little bit closer. But that show is still, like, I mean, I've watched the whole series I don't know how many times. Like, I probably could quote you.
Now.
Yeah, I could probably quote you, like,
I've never.
A line from almost any episode, you know.
Except for the one with Don Cheadle, evidently.
Well, yeah, well. But yeah,
I think they might. I feel like they've taken that off because I feel like my boyfriend has played the entire series, and that episode has never come up. And they also said that they took some stuff down.
Well, it took one down
after the protest.
It took one down where it's an episode where Dorothy's son Michael is marrying a black woman. And they meet her family, and then Rose and Blanche are getting mud masks they're doing the mud mask on their faces, and they come in the door, and to Michael's wife's mother's eyes, because she doesn't have her glasses on, she thought they were her parents. And it was Michael's parents, and of course, she puts the glasses on, and it looks like they're in blackface, but they're not really in blackface. It looks like they're wearing mud masks.
Yeah,
but still, it plays on that. Yeah, which to me I got it. What it was saying it didn't feel offensive to me. It felt like it was just Rose was saying, Rose said, like, this is mud on face, we're not really black, so that's just Rose being Rose, basically. I feel like there's so much. We were asking for defunding the police, not this. Yeah, there's so much other shit to concentrate on. Yeah. But I mean, because now I'm mad that I've never seen the episode. Yeah, but I mean, DVDs are out there probably, but
I don't. How will I watch that?
Yeah, they come on.
What's
TV
a DVD?
Yeah, it goes on TV Land too, actually.
What's TV Land?
But I could definitely see this being like growing into a big thing, because like I said, the show is still still popular.
I don't know.
I mean, they had like a whole. I think they had like a whole board game to it too. Like it's still one of those things that people watch a lot. So.
You're right. You know what? Now that I think about it, I feel like I do see merch everywhere, especially in like gay culture. I feel like I see. Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe it could be a thing. I'm just thinking about me. I mean, but I don't go to any kind of con anyway. So.
Okay. We had a local one here that's been happening for the last couple of years. It's pretty good. Just Star Wars and Star Trek stuff.
For what? Like a Comic-Con?
Yeah, Comic-Con,
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that and I've thought about going to do that, but I would have to have my coin up because I would want to be like in serious cosplay if I go and do that. That's just me.
Speaking of Don Cheadle, do you watch Black Monday?
No, but I want to. I watched House of Lies. That was my show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The character's similar.
Yeah, and same network or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And then
I've never seen it.
Regina Hall's in it.
I've heard good things, and I've heard good things lately, like recently. So maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, third season wrapped not too long ago. So yeah, but it's kind of had this one moment in the show where it was like, because he was playing like he was. I don't want to give it away because it's a turn in the show, but it's like because Don Cheadle is like basically Gen X, and he was like criticizing guys who at the time would have been the age he would have been then, which is kind of a weird kind of meta moment. That just came to mind when I saw it, like because he's going on some rants about like that generation, like, but you're to that generation. But of course, you're not a generation in the story because you're playing someone older.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've heard good things, and I've heard good acting, and I think that Seth Rogen might have executive produced
I think so.
it.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. So
like
I mean, I feel like I've always liked the things that he produced.
Yeah, I like Sausage Party.
Although I feel some kind of way with him kind of breaking it in with his weed business, while we still got motherfuckers and fucking incarcerated who was just trying to do the same thing, who not making that dollar off that. So I got a little bit of problem with that, but
I have more problem with John Boehner doing that than with Seth Rogen.
I don't have a problem with him per se. It's still a white man.
Well, yeah.
It's still.
I would say more so John Boehner because he would be probably back in the day be the one saying lock him up, but now that is like turn.
I don't know who John Boehner is.
Oh, that's one.
I do.
Yeah, that's one of a crowd that drop off a hat in Congress all the damn time over nothing.
I do know that name totally.
Yeah, him.
He did what? He
crowd all the time, just like I mean, nothing I'm against men crying, but it's just like, but
not
just
cry.
Yeah, but just
but not all the time. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just saying because I guess you're saying it's still like white folks making money off something that black folks got arrested for, but with Seth,
I love my white people, so it's not like that. But
I don't feel as bad with Seth because Seth, I would say Seth is more on the scale of like ally or enemies, more on the ally side.
Yes, and I understand that, but that's not what it's about.
Yes.
But okay. Also, it's called The Black Mage.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yes, I would love to see. I would love to make that. So let me just get my my screenwriting chops up and my acting chops so I can. Y'all gonna see.
Eric Alexander is actually really involved in like comic books and stuff like that. Eric Alexander from like Living Single and yeah, she's really involved in comic books. So,
okay, I like that. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess I just want more fantasy stuff because I've just always liked that, and I also feel like the parallel with real life is very there. But I feel like it's kind of like being in a relationship with our partner. When they tell us stuff, we don't really be hearing it, or just with our parents. Our parents tell us stuff and we just like whatever. But hearing it from an outside source or not someone trying to, give you this is about life kind of lesson, you open your eyes a little bit more and you're more susceptible to that, message. So I think that's the reason why I care about Black people in fantasy so much, because it translate and means so much more in real life. You know, we start seeing ourselves as heroes and so many other things that come with that. So
yeah.
Anyway, child.
Yeah, I get it, definitely. Let's see, we could go to our next video, actually. This one is a three-way collaboration. This is Mark Angel, who's been in chat with us tonight. This is Mark Angel featuring Splash T and Lost Lauren 718. And the name of this song is called Justice. This is Mark Angel featuring Splash T and Lost Lauren 718. And this is Justice. Let's get into that one.
Let's go.
We protest in the streets, defund police. We see brutality transforming our reality. Racism, bigotry, do the map soft. We vote for Trump, then do the fucking problem. 2020 can't breathe, why you gotta die? Man up in beyond the house, let the bullets fly. This the end of the day, to burn the sage. Please take the message to kids about the cage. And no, all lives can't have a word. If the black trans lives don't matter first. Another homicide, unsolved cases. I stand with my sisters, with blood in our faces. We get knocked down, but we still fight. I voted for Obama, now I'm voting Biden. We built this land, we want reparations for the murder and the slaves and the segregation.
What you have to look at is what is happening in this country. And what is really happening is that brother has murdered brother knowing it was his brother. White men have lynched Negroes knowing them to be their sons. White women have had Negroes burned knowing them to be their lovers. It is not a racial problem. It's a problem whether or not you're willing to look at your life and be responsible for it and then begin to change it.
You think you're the only one that can take from the top, but you stole it from me. You think you're the only one just because you're a cop doesn't mean you want me. You said you would protect our rights. Instead we're fighting for our lives. Our heads and to get our ass on the floor. And you stop beside us, shoot us. We're not taking it anymore. We want justice. Want justice. Justice. We just want justice. Justice. Oh, justice. Justice. We just want justice. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Tell us what our heads and to get our ass on the floor. And you stop beside us, shoot us. We're not taking it anymore. We want justice. Want justice. Justice. We just want justice. Justice. Oh, justice. Justice. We just want justice. We want justice. Want justice. Justice. We just want justice. Justice. Oh, justice. Justice. We just want justice. Justice.
Unbig, this is what's living is piss poor. The opposite of what the law was written for. Not the affirmation that living is a chore. The fight for survival every day is a war. Make my life hard to win cause they imbalance the score. Change the rules, make games, see what we fighting for. It's justice, equality, much more. Not diamonds, not gold, other minerals are ore. Prescribe on paper, no planes, we gotta draw. Sugar coat, cut out, but I give it to you raw. Filet mignon, bloody red, that's raw. Like seeing the white meat, beating your knuckles on the wall. Yes, we need justice. Yes, we need justice.
Want justice. Justice. We just want justice. Justice. Oh, justice. Justice. We just want justice. Justice. Justice.
All right, and that was Mark Angel featuring Splash T
Yeah.
and Lost. Let's get the name right. Lost Lawrence 718. That was Justice.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, a
That was cute.
real beat flip with kind of
Yeah.
like in your face
Yeah.
in the beginning, and then kind of like groove with the
Yeah,
Justice
I
part.
was really expecting like a trap joint
Yeah.
or something after that verse. That was
Mm.
I like that. I like that turn on its head. And I like the little not little. I won't say little because I don't like that. But I like the vocals. And who was that?
That was Mark Angel.
Mark Angel, because it sounds a little Janet-y to me. Little got a little Janet swag to it. I appreciated it.
Babes. Yeah.
You know, it was
Yeah.
giving me a little okay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it says in his bio, it says he's evoked the charismatic timbre of the Jacksons with a splash of the urban soul.
Okay.
So, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's from New York. He has
come on.
He described his style as being soft yet skilled. So he's matched his talent for songwriting and producing. He also mixes a lot of urban dance and choreography you saw in the video. So yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yes. Okay. Well, he's giving what he's supposed to give, man.
Yeah. And you can follow him. Well, you can follow give you all three of their handles. Mark Angel, that's MARCK Angel. And then also Lost Lawrence, LOSLAUREN 718. And then the Real Splash T is like the Real Splash T, Real Splash underscore T. So that's where you can find them all on IG. So. And that was for Justice. Yeah, but speaking of Jan, did you watch that documentary on FX? About
was it already out?
Yeah, it came out on the 19th. Yeah.
Oh, well, that answers your question. No, I did not. Was it good?
I watched it again. I mean, the early parts where they kind of recapped her career, of course, I knew all about that. They were kind of giving a snapshot, kind of where she was in her career at that point. Then they showed the incident, and then it was more talking about how she kind of got piled on as like a scapegoat for like the conservatives to come.
But why?
Well, at that point, they were trying to. The way the documentary frames it is that as her career is progressing, explicit sexuality entertainment was becoming more and more mainstream, and there was like a growing backlash to that in general. And once the nipple gate happened, she became like the poster woman for that, and then used her as a scapegoat to say, "See, this is bad, and we're going to clamp down on all this."
That is just so terrible. And I'm so sorry that took so many years, but of what could have been a bigger career for her. But also it's like, did it though? Did it stop her? It didn't stop her, but it definitely I feel like
it definitely affected her, because you had what's his name, Les Moonves, who basically said like, basically was like destroy her basically, and they pulled all her music
that
from
sucked. But did you see though? I don't know if it was a clip from that documentary, which I feel like it definitely was, where the guy was like, they have two takes of the performance, and they could have chosen to cut to the rehearsal take, because you have a rehearsal take in case the feed goes out during the live performance, and they can cut to that. So he said they could have cut to it, but they chose not to. I don't know, because I feel like in a split second, the boob comes out, it's live, it's the damage is done. Like there was really nothing else to cut to.
They would have had to. They would have had like almost anticipate that on like some Minority Report shit to not have that happen. Because I mean that's how quickly. Because I remember actually watching it live as it happened.
I watched it too. I totally watched it.
And I remember being like, wait, what happened? Because it happened because as soon as they pulled it, and it was like the camera like zoomed up really fast, and then it went. I think they went a commercial or something. So
it did cut right after that.
Yeah, it was like you really had to really rewind, which I think is why I called, because it was like the first like big TiVo moment where you could like go pause it, rewind it back, and then see it, because otherwise you would have missed it. It happened that fast. So I think
Justin is just at the center of all these women who have been mistreated by the mainstream media for a minute. Like,
so yeah, it talks about
that makes me
too.
dislike him.
It talks about that too, where like how she got, you know, basically destroyed
Dragged,
and everything, and he, you know, didn't until recently.
Right.
So yeah, so they talk about both of those things and just how it, you know, it affected her in her career, and how eventually it
I'm
started
telling
to turn
you,
around for her. So.
that song "Say Something" he got is sounding more and more real. I think the song is kind of about being silent. Like, yeah, that sounds more like him. I mean, I really, you know, hate that for her because I feel for her in that way, but I feel like she's coming back stronger. Although I'm sure she's like, yeah, it would have been cool if I would have had this resurgence, you know, in my 40s. But here we are. And she's got, you know, I think Black Diamond on the way. So I mean, and people have been giving her more and more love on Twitter and like online, and like Super Bowl days are like people don't even watch the Super Bowl. It's just Janet Jackson Appreciation Day, you know, and stuff like that is catching on. So she's getting her roses. I mean, and I think that far into the future, we'll just be thinking about her all the time. Somebody was talking about a Broadway show about her, but they would never do it to this person, they said anyway, because her voice is soft and they don't consider her a real singer, or it's not something to showcase on Broadway. Like it wouldn't translate well. But I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I mean,
I don't know, because not even so much the voice, it's just like her. Mark Angel says, thank you guys for the love. He's now following you, actually, and he's about to shout out.
Oh, perfect.
So yes, you're welcome. Yes, but thank you for, you know, great song and the great collaboration.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I think with her being on, with her sort of being a Broadway number one, I don't know, because she's so I feel like we know, but we don't know about her life.
I mean, I thought that she wasn't this documentary that you saw just about,
that was just about
around the incident, right?
Yeah, but the one that's coming out in January, she's in that one. She's involved in that one.
And that's the A&E one.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, and I feel like that could be, and let's see it first, but I feel like that could probably be translated well to a Broadway show. Honestly, you can make a Broadway show out of anything. Let's not. Okay. But
it could happen. We'll it could happen. I guess it's just like with Janet, you know, like I said, compared to like Tina, the big drama is clear. Like Ike, but even beyond Ike, like, you know, her mother didn't want her father abandoned the family. It's like like the struggle it writes itself.
Okay. Yes. You know? I feel that. Okay.
And with Janet is like, Joe, but like I feel like that's more, he was more an antagonist in Michael's story than Janet's to me. Yeah. Because she was the youngest by that point, maybe, you know,
he was tired after that.
Yeah, just like I mean he kind of said like, you won't act, you'll sing. He had some control there, but I feel like it wasn't necessarily as all-consuming force like it was necessarily with Michael and some of the older brothers.
Right.
By that point. Totally. So I think her what's the crux of her thing, her struggle or whatever it is probably a little bit different, maybe.
I mean, it still did come. I mean, and whether that be the nip slip be the inciting incident or whatever in her story, I still feel like I just want her to kind of be pushed back into the social zeitgeist because she deserves it. And there's been so many years that she was blackballed, and we just gotta make it up to her in some way. So whatever way, shape, or form that's gonna be in. I mean, I'm really pushing for this album, but you know, for those older artists, I really still don't mind them trying something new, you know, and still evolving, because although we get older, we still evolve and still change. And So as much as I love that she collaborated with, you know, Terry Lewis and
Jam.
yeah, I kind of want to see and hear something new on her. Not to say I want to hear the baby type beats in her voice, just a evolution. Not to say that it can't be done by them, but it kind of is.
Actually,
I kind of,
if you know Bernadette Cooper from Climax, what's that song? Me in the ladies' room. From back in the gap in the 80s.
I don't know, but I definitely would have said no to that song. So I don't know.
Actually, I've heard it's a bop. I don't think my voice did justice for it, but
no, just any invitation to the ladies' room. I'm not.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. But she's like a musician. She founded the band Climax in the 80s, and they were like one of the few all black girl bands, basically. And you know, and so she was on the Questlove Supreme podcast a while back, and she was saying that she would love to produce the Janet albums, just so you know, to kind of take her in like a slightly different direction from something a little bit less dance driven, so that she won't have to get on stage and still do like the I mean, because I have to imagine. I mean, of course, she's an athlete, she's a dancer, but I would have to imagine, you know, it's probably very different hitting that at 55 than it is at 26.
yeah, and I would go for a more slow tempo. I mean, we could still put some dance moves in there, like she has always done.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could be a better road.
But Mark Angel says I would like to know the real tea with her and James. Exactly what did happen with her and Renee, and he agrees with you that roses are more deserved because the girls chopped her for 10 years. When he's referring to James, he's referring. I didn't chop her, but I know what he's saying though. He's referring to James and Renee, her husbands. James DeBarge.
I don't know James.
James was from DeBarge. Yeah, Yes, she ran off. She was not married. She ran off with him. Like she was about 17, 18. She got married to him, and then it was annulled.
Okay. See, there's some stuff there.
And Sella's back. Welcome back to Sella. Yes, you're right. And then Renee, of course, was Renee. She was secretly married to him, and then they got divorced. Yeah.
Isn't this the one that she has a child?
No, that's her last husband. I think his name. No, that was the husband after him was the one she had the child with.
I don't remember Renee.
Renee was the one that you ever seen Poetic Justice?
Yeah.
Remember the scene where they were in the mail room and he was like they were making fun of the guy who was Latino?
No.
He was like in a lot of different like behind the scenes stuff. He was like the guy kind of tall, skinny. He had like the kind of.
But was he Latino?
Mexican, I believe. I think he had like wavy hair and like some glasses and stuff. You ever watch like old interviews with her or like any like MTV special? He was usually like around talking because he directed a lot of her videos and according to him co-wrote some of the songs. Which their whole fall now after the divorce is that he sued her for like $10 million over like I guess uncredited work or whatever. I don't know. That's what the song. I think that's what the song "Son of a Gun" was.
Okay, yeah, I would like to see some of that. I don't know any. That. I don't remember any of that.
You remember that song "Son of a Gun"? Like what was it? That
yes.
I think it's about, I think it's about him. Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Okay. Yeah.
And
he said Tina danced on stage.
Yes. Okay.
She did. Yeah, she did. Yeah. She hit that.
But she's not Janet, and I don't know. I have seen Janet lately look like she needs to slow down a little bit. Not that she couldn't get back up to that, but I think that she just kind of was so ready to perform that she was like, let's go. But I feel like I don't mind her taking a moment to have a slow dance for.
Okay? Yeah, it's like I was saying, like, I mean, you're basically what you're doing is like you're doing a high energy aerobics workout every night.
Yeah.
And even at her peak when she was like, say in the 90s when she was going to tours, I was watching this old interview with her on YouTube, and she was saying like she would exercise, you know, they get into town and like do like a 2-hour workout and then work out on stage for like another 2 hours basically while dancing in the show. It's just like it's more than like a lot of professional athletes would do at that time, because like I think Madonna had that same regimen. You know, so just like, you know, and she didn't dance as much on her last thing. So I know, so it's not that she necessarily can't, it's not necessarily the will is necessarily lacking, just like the actual physicality.
I mean,
just different
and singing and dancing. I mean, it's just not my. I mean, I wonder if I could develop that now, because I just don't. I mean, do you dance and sing when you perform, or you just primarily sing? Okay,
I dance,
because
it's
I mean that shit is hard.
Yeah, it is
fucking hard.
Yeah,
so
that's why I don't begrudge any of the divas.
Yeah,
know,
right.
Using backing tracks.
Okay, because that's what I'm about to say. I was like, well, I mean, I don't hate them for exactly that. Yeah,
right.
Child, because just thinking about it got me breathing hard.
So I like overall. I thought it was a good documentary overall, but I'm more looking forward to the one in January with her and seeing what that's like.
Yeah. Well, I want to see the other one too, but I think the other one, the first one that just came out, is a New York Times one.
Yeah, it's the same people that did the Britney Spears documentary. So.
I mean, they are okay. I mean, who's gonna be next? They're gunning for these
Lindsay Lohan, I guess.
Child, good for her. Good for her, though. I guess she got her life together enough to be engaged to a guy with 500 Instagram followers.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that.
She said she wants somebody real this time. Okay. Kind of the way that the least cute Jonas brother kind of went. He said, "Let me get somebody regular."
Which one was that one?
Jack, I think. You got Joe, Nick, and Chris.
Yeah, it's the wrong person. The only reason I know Nick's because he was channeling Mark Wahlberg in them old Calvin Klein ads.
Okay. I mean, Nick and Joe are just delicious, but I mean, I could see myself marrying a regular person. I don't know, but good for, I mean, she also is coming out with a new Netflix movie. She's trying to get her life together. She said if Britney could do it, shit.
I mean, personally, I always thought she was a good actress. So I love her. I wasn't like a super stan, but like I guess it was something. It was something there, and it just got
definitely
derailed.
But you know,
stuff, so
about to say that you know, the drugs will do you. You know, so I hope that that glimmering, shining light is still there. But we'll see. She did look happy with her new man, though. And I commend, and congratulations to them.
That's good. Okay, we're getting down to our second to last video. This is who's hopefully he's back in the chat still. This is Sella, and this track is called Sorcery. So against that, this is Sorcery. This is Sella, and his name of this track is called Sorcery. Let's get to that video.
Give me my portions, I'm so deserved. So put that word and got the gang swerve. Life ain't no version, she like excursion. She don't want purpose, so be a good person. Moved on with verses. Wait for these earnings, I need his returners. He's so determined, daily I'm learning. Speaking these sermons and watch for the serpents that secretly lurk. And I've been so patient. Now I just come in, don't need invitations. Working the day, I can pay my vacations. Write out these checks for these niggas that hating on me. I got me goons begging for me. I got no time for nobody but me. Can't waste no time on nobody. I gave all my time, now I need all this shining for me. Got the gang swerving. I'm so deserving. I'm so deserving. I'm so deserving. I'm so deserving, yeah. I'm so deserving. 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 saucy, yeah. But keeping it real, I can't explain. You don't happen often. You never make an attempt. Count on my fingers, that is a loss. Now these days I'm becoming a boss. Can I be waiting up for your calls? How many times can I lose? How can I outdo? Dripping like shoes. Niggas on the move, yeah. Oh, to the right, slow flow down, get it right. Selling now, got a motherfucker bigger bite. Get it light, whoa, down light. Get it down right, bro, get it down right.
And that was Sella with Sorcery. So very, like as a director said, producer said, very vivid colors.
Yeah,
and great rhymes.
I like that. Yeah, the lines in there was, but he already knows. You already know how good he is.
A little info about Sella, real name Whitney Michael McLeod, which love that combination. He's born, well, he's an 80s baby. He's born to a traveling military family. He's actually a Scottish, West Indian, African American descent. He's proud native of San Bernardino, California. Sella actually means to be free. That's what that means. He says he feels that when you have true passions, that you have a true passion, there is not really one way to go about them and eventually just take over you. He says his goal is to embody the meaning of his brand effortlessly through everything he finds himself doing. And so, he lived in a lot of different places. He lived in Germany and China and Japan and Korea and New York, California, just to name a few things. So, be on the lookout for him and what he does next. So he has a big vision for himself and for his music. And you can follow him. His IG tag is handle is I am Sella, SELLAH. SELLAH. I am Sella, and they made a track for Sorcery. So
yeah, I actually have not seen that video or heard that song. I mean, that must have been a recent drop.
Yes,
I mean, it was.
It says it was filmed in Cape Town, South Africa. And hello, Jackie. Jackie's in the chat. Hello, Jackie.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, we actually went to high school in Germany together.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, that was dope. He's dope.
Actually, it sounded like, I was thinking at the time, it sounded like it could be like the outro track to an episode of Atlanta.
Yeah, definitely that. Yes, definitely. I mean, honestly, Insecure at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it there. I mean, it definitely was giving me that introspective, trip hop type of vibe. Trip hop's not the word I want to say. Lo-fi.
Oh, he said I got something coming out together, you and him.
Oh, well, I was just looking for the approval. I didn't know. Okay. All right.
Exclusive. Okay.
Let's go. You heard it here first.
Sensei news, yes.
Okay, yes. Yeah, definitely want to work with him more. Yeah, that's dope. So yeah, that's happening.
All right. But speaking of Insecure, it's actually something I came across this morning, which I thought was kind of funny or interesting. This is from Shadow One Act. It says Insecure mobile game app debuts from HBO, and it says basically this is a combination for HBO and Globe Games had debuted a free-to-play mobile game Insecure to come up. The game puts players in the world of Issa D, Molly, and their friends, with all the drama and hijinks expected from the characters. The game is available for download through the App Store with content and features available through 2022. Basically, you hustle and have to build a new life in LA. Issa, Molly, Kelly, Tiffany, Lawrence, and Chad, your guides. You navigate the messy business of adulting. The coming game is based on the show, of course. You move through Issa's apartment complex, you meet the crew. You get a front row seat to all the drama. Issa helps you unlock the power of your mirror to craft reflective rhymes or battle friends and foes through LA.
That is cute.
Or a unique rap-based minigame. It features original compositions and music from her from Issa Rae's Radio. It continues the world of Insecure, but this time you direct your own story. So,
Ooh, I wasn't into it when I saw that. I just saw like a little blurb, and I was like, okay, that sounds ridiculous. But okay, now with this breakdown, I'm like, yeah, I'm here for it.
It sounds interesting. Yeah, there's like a little bit of Sims and like a little bit of like with the shows, you know, within the show's universe. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. You see this time we're talking about bro, shut up.
Oh, yeah. Are you watching this season of Insecure?
Of course I am. Yeah, I am. It's just, I don't know how, I mean, actually, I was in a seminar the other day with the lead story coordinator for this season. She was talking to me and some other screenwriters just about story and things that she did to get to her job there at Insecure. And I wanted to kind of ask her about this season, because what I found this season to be was like, I don't like essays almost like they don't go together well. You know what I'm saying? They feel like short films on their own.
Kind of like the Sopranos approach. You watch The Sopranos?
I've seen a couple episodes of the first season, and I feel like there was definitely a story there.
That one they do, but sometimes, like I guess once you get to like maybe the second or third season, they kind of it feels like a little short. They can take like the episodes can kind of sound on their own in a way.
Yeah, and that's cool. But there's something about this last season where I was kind of hoping that it was stringed together well to kind of give me that, because I think even the first episode was like, what?
Well, to me,
that's confusing.
To me, the first episode makes sense as a continuation of the last season, because last season was all about.
Maybe I need to go back to the last episode of the last season.
Last season was all about like the breakdown of Issa and Ma's friendship, and so at the end of the season, you see them sort of like start to try to repair that.
Right.
And then with them, and then season 5 starts with them literally going back to where their friendship began.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Yeah.
College. So.
Yeah. But he wasn't in that. He wasn't in any of the scenes at college. He was only at the end.
To my Lawrence. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh,
No. Now, yes, the girls, yes.
Yeah.
But the ending with Lawrence is what was kind of weird for me. No, okay, you're right. You're talking about repairing the relationship with Molly. Yes, completely. Yes, understand that. But it was still, and you know what? Maybe that speaks to how much I find sexual relationships to be more important than any other relationship, because I'm like, well, those sexual relationships didn't make sense, but that's not what this is about. So maybe that is where I need to realign some things. Maybe that's okay. That's me looking in on myself. But I mean, even felt that even after the first episode, in the first few of this new season, we're just kind of, I don't know, like the endings were so abrupt. I think maybe that's what it was for me. The ends of every episode is like,
wait, dude,
okay, damn, are y'all trying to rush and get it over with?
But I would say that's been the only going thing. Like, why can't it be an hour? Like, but I mean, if people say why can't it be longer, it's supposed to be like Issa says like, they have like 28 minutes, I think, to get everything per episode. And it do feel short to me sometimes. Even last episode where it just like they were like something like happened. It was like, damn, cut the black, you know. But I've liking it so far. I think. To me, it feels like, you know, almost a combination of like, you know, we've seen Molly be like do the most with men and be a mess the past 4 seasons. Yeah. Now it's like, okay, back in therapy, really taking the therapy and really trying to fall back and just let things go.
I mean, she's been in therapy.
but well, I mean, but she
But
quit.
it takes time.
Yeah. And then with Issa, like, you know, we've seen her just have no sense of direction professionally, and you know, and now she seems to be found Crenshaw not withstanding, seems to be kind of finding her way, finding her way finally, you know. And that,
and I do, and I love that they showed that kind of dynamic, even when we help each other. You know, I was talking to somebody, not talking to somebody, but there was an engagement on Twitter, and so I was talking about Atlanta gays and how they'll withhold information from each other because they want to make it first instead of giving out that information, and you make it your own way. And he in his tweet said DC gays versus New York City gays. But I was like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of Atlanta gays that I met kind of do the same thing. And he said, no, definitely. But I love them showing that relationship of two Black people who want to defend each other to the outside world. But when it does come down to business, sometimes we do have to be about business and say, this is what I think is best for business. And we can get to the next level later. And somebody feels slighted by that because they are thinking that somebody has taken away some form of Blackness or you know, or something about themselves to fit in or assimilate with white culture, when in fact it may just be business savvy, or it just may be, this is my baby too, you know, and I'm just trying to survive just like everybody else. And what that does for two people who, you know, because I feel like Black people, when we randomly see each other, we always give the head nod. You know, there's supposed to be this this connection that we have with each other, you know, unspoken. And when something like, you know, appeasing to or acquiescing to white culture and what that does to our relationship, even if it's just a surface one like theirs, because they don't really know each other all that well. They were just doing business together. But now he hates her. Now he's talking about how fake she is. Now he's talking about how funny she is. Now he's coming for her bread, like stopping her from eating because of the one experience he had. And I felt like that was so, like, I think that's anti-Black. You can't do that. Like, you should not be bringing each other down because of anything. I mean, really anything. I mean, you know, yes, okay, we can bring down R. Kelly, sure. but bringing each other down for trying to survive, especially when we're trying to survive together. Because she wasn't saying, don't do any of your shit, you know? And I absolutely hate the relationships that we have in our own community with each other and business. We are so bad at getting together in business. And I hate that so much for us, because if we got that together, I think we'd be unstoppable.
I can see why he would be upset in terms of, like, because she did choose the business angle over the artistic angle. And she, and so in that sense, he may feel like, well, dang, she didn't really have my back. But at the same time, it's just like, had that show gone belly up, she would have been the one that hang on to how dry. You could just have been like, and
so he has to understand that.
Yeah,
and we have to understand that for each other.
Yeah, he's being right. He's right, but he's being like really like immature in my view, and really sanctimonious about it. It's just like, you know,
and the fact that he did do what he wanted to do anyway, you know, and it was a success, should have been enough for him to be like, I told you so, you know, if you have to be that guy, I told you so, and then move on. But he didn't. Instead, it was more like, fuck you, like, but she did get you where you were, you know, she did put those people in front of you, you know, to see your show and everything. So
and then even with her, I think it would probably resolve itself better if she just, like he said, on your choices. Like if she just said, yes, I care about you I care about your creativity, but this is a business I'm running, and so I have to make certain, I have to maintain certain relationships and think of like different factors. I can't just only think of your art. It's like I can't only think of the business side. I have to think of both, and you know, and you have to realize that. And then she could point out, like, you know, what? Okay, the show succeeded. What if they're gonna belly up? What you think about me when you decided to go rogue? Why didn't you tell me? So like, you know, she has things that she could, but of course, Issa's not good at confrontation. So And so yeah.
I mean, I just feel like I see that in our community, and we, like anybody else, are not perfect. And own your choices. Sure, she made the choice, but it still was, hey, if I can appease both of you, because it wasn't her saying don't do anything. It was her saying, if I could make this work, because that's what business is, you know, when you get to that stage and when you have to deal with people who are outside of your community, you have to try your best to appease all audiences, or the most that you can. That's how you widen your, you know, clientele. But for him to not want to hear that, I see it all the time amongst us. And I want us to just have more compassion and empathy, period, just across the board. I mean, I think that's going to be my message for the rest of all time, because I really feel like with that as a base, you can't go wrong. And if we just gave more of that and grace to each other, I mean, I really feel like if we came together as a community, we would just be so unstoppable. I mean, a lot of communities already do it. If we did it, boy, I mean, that's why they try to separate us so often, because I think us together would be, who knows, unstoppable.
Yeah. Last thing, Insecure, who you think, Nathan or Lawrence? Or
Child, after all I seen, all I done seen it, I want to say Nathan, but also, you know, Nathan's fine, and I don't want it to be a colorism thing. I think too deeply about every answer to everything, so maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't be asked any questions, but I do like Nathan because he is a little bit more in tune with his shit. He may not have known it from where we're sitting now. He is responsible for himself now. He didn't know everything prior, but I think that he's self-aware and that he tries to work on those things, and he's, you know, honest about and open about those things. Maybe not to everyone, but he seems to do pretty well in a relationship now. Issa's ass needs to, because I saw some of even myself in the conversation she had where he was trying to talk about what he was going through, and she was like, what about me? And he was like, you don't have anything to do with what I'm telling you. I know you ain't say I. And he was like, stop. I bet you if she would have sat down and listened to his conversation and gave real feedback and made him feel heard, he might have said it. He might have said it in that conversation.
She brought up a good, a valid point, but it is at the exact wrong time. That was my view of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that is human, and that's what we do, and that's the same thing I'm saying with the relationship that she had with the designer, which is, yes, own your decisions, but we don't always make the right decisions. So allow some grace to everyone that we're around, you know? That's needed too.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we'll get into
anyway, child.
We'll get into our very last video of the night, and things on a boppish note. This is Tokyo with Poom Poom. So let's get into that now. This is Tokyo.
Come on, Poom Poom. I've been waiting.
Just wanna go out to the club, I'm feeling sexy. Just trying to get you out my mind. Tasting you all over my body. Me wanna wine on somebody day. Pull up, said I'm pretty with a fat. Pull up, I need a boy. Pull up, 2 sticks in my bun, yeah. Pull up, boom in the truck. Trying to give you the nana, get to my papa, not blues like blah blah. Enough of the seats, I need a boy. Yeah, I need somebody. I'm trying to block out the boom boom sweet, boom boom dry the boy, boom boom like Angelica, but a pecan cost. Got a left cheek, right cheek, knees go jango. Look at my chair, whole body on tango. Get off the curb, big boy, here I come. Thirsty in your eyes, and I know you wanna come. Size queen check, need it bigger than a thumb. Roll slug, baby, slide in the ground. Till I'm down, and I put them in the ground. Pretty in the freak, a leak, like a pound. Down, it's going down and up, boom boom. To the club, I'm feeling sexy. Just trying to get you out my mind. Tasting you party day. Pull up, said I'm pretty with a fat. Pull up, I need a boy. Pull up, 2 sticks in my bun. In the club with my bitches, you can see it on the ground. Tryna give you the nugget to my papa, not blues like blah blah. I'm not for the streets, I need a boy, yeah.
And we are back. That was Tokyo
Okay.
with Boom Boom.
Yes.
Yes. And things on a high
Okay.
energy note.
At first, I thought he was, because I heard the 2 sticks in my bun. I was like, okay, so it's one of Nicki's children. But as the song progressed, okay, he had his own. It was a little Wyclef Jean in there. There was a little. I mean, it was giving me a lot. It was giving me a little, some dance hall vibes, and I was like, okay, yeah. All right.
I felt
feel
a
it.
little, I felt the New Orleans bounce in there too for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
Remember me of Chopper Style. Chopper Style.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. Okay. Yeah. It was definitely his flow that did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can find him at on Instagram at Tokesbad. TOKESBADD. So you can find them there too. Again, any artists that are making great videos of the LGBTQ, please send them to me at africanshow@gmail.com. Send me the link. Also, if you have a great song with no video, you can make the playlist that's updated every month. Again, same email address, africanshow@gmail.com. And send me the links. I'll check them. Send me the Spotify links. I'll check them out. And I'm gonna be on the playlist, and they'll be updated monthly. So. Next show will be on December 17th. So as 2021 winds down into
No, oh my gosh, it's almost 2022. I mean, is it too soon to ask if you're making another album already?
Well, I'm making another EP right now, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the remix album for BGC, all the remixes and some non-released ones will be out early 2022. So, and then
I definitely thought about doing a remix.
Oh yeah,
like little singlet or something.
Okay.
But her album, I love that. Yeah. I love this album. I love this album of yours. So remixes, I'm down. Are they like? I guess they're all gonna be different.
Some are being released and some will be new ones. And then it's a mix because some are like, I guess they all fall under electronic music. So that's a good umbrella for all of them. Okay. Yeah, some are house, some are more R&B, some are
which I feel like you like. I feel like you like house more than you let on.
Oh, love house. Yeah, but I mean, so that's a lot of the tracks tend to either go in that vein, but some of the new ones have gone more like more rock elements,
like a funk kind of.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them like a more electro pop sounding, I guess.
Which I mean, is my bag. Yeah. That's like where I want to be.
Yeah. So then, the remix album, then probably the EP probably out like I would think maybe March, maybe or April. I don't know.
Oh well, that's relatively.
Trying to stretch it out a little bit because the next album is early stages right now. So
yes. Okay. So you are working on it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I don't know about a full. I mean, I commend you on full length albums. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Well, yes.
That's it. That's really what it comes down to.
What I tried to do was like stretch it out to where it's like, single.
Yeah.
In the album,
Yeah. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
That's totally the way it should be. And I remember how that's what it was when I was coming up, That's what they would do. But and I think that's the right way to do it. But I still feel like putting together a complete album that's over 7-8 songs is a feat, and I commend you. I mean, it's only been a month, right?
Yeah, the album came out in October, so yeah, it's been about a month now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you're working on, you said, the EP, so you said that it's coming. Yeah,
Well, actually 2.
2. Okay.
But yeah, well, because it's gonna be like a little trilogy thing, but you'll see.
All right, okay. And then you of course get the collab with
Yes,
here,
yes.
so,
You know, I mean, I just didn't want to say, because you know, you never want to announce stuff too early.
yeah.
But yes, there's a collab with him. I have and hopefully I'll be producing some tracks for him, for Selah. So for Selah. But I also have an album coming out by an artist named Freebird, who I'm writing and producing that album. And we'll see if an album comes from this, but I think he wants to start doing singles for FD Bordeaux, who we had a single come out earlier this year called Love Elevator with Duran Bernard.
Okay.
So hopefully he'll start releasing some singles, if not a whole project, based off some collaborations that we've been working on over the past couple of years, actually.
All right.
So yeah, might also produce a track for Alpha Sensei. I mean, who's to say? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Only time will tell.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So next show, like I said, next show is December 17th. There may be a show on New Year's Eve, depending on you know, what's happening. So,
I'll tune in.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah. Oh, good movie. Beauty Shop. But anyway, well, I want to thank everybody. Of course, thank Mel Lennon for being my co-host tonight. I want to thank all the artists tonight for their videos. I want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight and got in the chat and chatted with us about whatever and, you know, and everything. Make sure to tell your friends, spread the word. I don't really have a catchphrase to say good night, but you know, stay black, stay gay, trans.
Okay, yeah.
All that shit. So.
But I like that. I like that.
Okay. But so, with that said, see you on the 17th. Until then, good night. Be safe.
Bye.